Okay, the engineering model that I've been building for 4 years of how the universe works, how reality works, has always been based on real things. And the real thing is force. Shear force flow exists as a measurable property, but it doesn't have an entity. It exists within entities. Shear force flow exists within entities, and it exists within the ether, light fibers, with the Earth being at the center of the universe. The simple model I had for this now to build up from real things is that water has a negative Poisson's ratio, and so I can build an inflationary model that will go massive from its own negative Poisson's ratio, but will have limits. What's the limit of the expansion of water under that property of stress over strain? So when you stress water, its strain response is negative in that its volume increases. It's a property of water. So shear force flow and water are the two entities I'm saying. And so that the ether, that the double slit experiment proves light is a medium, the particles are cavitation, proves that you can build a model from from light fibers with this property. So take a dot point, and here it is. I've pulled that dot point in a direction, and I've now got a light fiber. It's as I pull it, the response I'm getting is negative. It's tiny, and therefore the amount it can balance, my stretching speed can be balanced by the material can grow. So how fast can I stretch it before that snaps? Unsnappable, and it finds its own limit. So this is the model. Take that idea. I'm stretching a light fiber from a dot point, and it's growing. And now I wrap it up like a golf ball inside, from round, wrapping up to make a sphere. I'm now getting exponential pushback on the negative Poisson's ratio that I'm creating at the center. Bear in mind, I'm still pulling, so that the stretching is still happening at the center, but that stretching is now being manifested in the surface as I'm wrapping it around to creating a surface. The bigger I go, the harder it is for me to keep up with the speed of expansion from the center. So the surface is being built from this expansive light fiber, but the center is expanding faster because the bigger I get, the more material I need to cover a surface to resist the expansion, and it has to grow because I'm stretching. Remember, that's where the material comes from. It's the motion of stretching itself that creates the material. At a certain point, it goes poof, and just would explode, but it will explode as a shockwave of shear force flow within the water medium itself. So it creates its own medium, and now the expansive force at the center is manifesting at the outside of the sphere of this surface. And this surface has been stretched. Remember, it's still stretching from this expansion at the center. Surface is expanding, but it gets to the point where it's so vast that the expansion is now being taken care of by vector change in the meniscus. So the acceleration is pure vector change, not velocity. And suddenly you've got a limit. The sphere will stop expanding from the expansion at the center and settle into a system. And then what will happen from the expansion is that there'll be a pulsing at the center. Yeah, so there'll be a moment of trying to expand, and it stops. Tries to expand, stops. And the expansion takes time, and the stopping takes no time at all. It's an instant, rigid body instant. Clamp, 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 clamp. Once every Planck's constant, which I'm saying is the moment of time. Newton meter second squared, the unit of time in there is the meter second. It's a product, product of two energies, stretching and of the water itself. Product of two energies is a product multiplied together. So meters per second is a product. Meter and a second are both energies, c meters per second. And there's the cosmic microwave background as this sphere, and the pulse at the center, the very center of the system, Earth, come out now in this sphere, which we've built. Inside this sphere, there are layers of spheres. Remember, we've wrapped this round and round and round. So each of these spheres have layers, and in this one, there is the pressure balance is enacted in our atmosphere, in the final cavitation of our atmosphere, and the final transform in our breath. From second squared to meter squared. It's a complete transform of energies from one dimension to the other through life, through our experience. and that the pulse at the center, this expand, rigid body, expand, rigid body, expand, rigid body, is the heartbeat, and it goes backwards in time, as proven by the quantum eraser experiments. So in each Planck's constant, time goes backwards, but the overall resultant is a moment forward, -1. 4 to 2, 4 twists to 2 twists anti-clockwise equals -1, part of a clockwise rotation, arrow of time. And the Earth's the centre of the universe. It's the model of shear force flow and water. And so it's today, atomic physics is declassified. Reference the 1993 Donwan Golgate circular concrete water tanks without pre-stressing, 1993 to Dr. Victor Levy, 1915 Eisen and Betten article, and to his matrix calculus, an application of matrix calculus to continuous beams and frames. Join those documents together and I'll prove to you that the model I've just built for you is the correct one, and that the illusion of expansion is the visibility of the surface meniscus turning. It's vector. It's not acceleration in velocity, it's acceleration in vector. Welcome to the future. Follow the Rebel King.